Hello, children. Sis, thank you for coming. Happy New Year. I love you. Rod Digger, look, like, this is my first time seeing you on my live stream, but I know you do show me major love on them shorts. So I appreciate you for being here. Happy New Year to you. I hope you have a great year. A great year full of abundance and success. Thank you for coming. This is my first time seeing you, so I appreciate you for coming. I think I got my mic. Excuse me, I've been a little sick this week. I really believe I had the strep, rona, flu, however you want to put that together. I think I really had something, seriously, but I do feel better. I'm just still a little scratchy, and I've been coughing and sneezing and all that jazz, but I do feel better. But a couple of days this week, I felt horrible. I really did. I felt awful, but I feel better now. No, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you. Um, it's an honor. So, man, that's great. Happy New Year for real. And but yeah, I do feel better though when it comes to my sickness. That whatever I had, I feel better. And my kids didn't get sick, thankfully. So I was walking around the house most of the week with a mask on and still, having to do things an adult, but I feel better. And then my mic, I got my mic fixed. I don't know if y'all could really notice, but a lot of time people really don't. I'm the only one that noticed at the end when I get ready to edit these episodes. I had issues with my mic last week. And if you go back and listen, not well, I mean on YouTube you could tell too if you knew what to listen for, but especially on the podcast apps, you could tell that my something was going on with my mic, but nothing was wrong with the mic. For some reason, it just connected what it wanted to connect, and it didn't get me. I'm not gonna hold y'all long though. I'm gonna go ahead and start because I know it's a new year, and everybody may have some festivities going on, and I mean, I'm not gonna hold you long anyway. That ain't never the goal. I just want to come and drop a quick word, as always. Rodiga, I know you. Like I said, this is your first time being here, but you do show major support on them shorts. I do appreciate you. If you ever want to listen to me other than here, you don't have to watch these live streams. I'm available on Apple Podcast, a bunch of them, just about any podcast platform you can think of. Google me, okay? Keena Matthews or Keena's Corner podcast, and I'll come up for you. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and get started though. And I got my iPad, of course, up, and I have my phone up because I got a little different setup with my editing app. So I'm looking at the comments. That's if I keep looking down, this what I'm looking at, and I'm looking this way because I got a screen set up over here too, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Happy New Year. So let's just start. Listen here, sis. I'm gonna say this real quick. If you have to be in a relationship, like you have to be in a relationship, if you have to be in a relationship, you aren't necessarily in love. Let's jump in like that. You might just be avoiding yourself. hmm So many times I've said before, getting under one man to get over another, that ain't a flex. Getting under one man to get over another is not a flex. Being able to sit still, to sit by yourself, to sit alone and heal, that's strength. That's the flex. That's growth. That's discipline. Now, we're going to talk about it. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Keena's Corner. I'm your girl, Keena, and I thank you sincerely for being here in my corner. Here on Keena's Corner, I speak facts, opinions, truths, vulnerabilities, and need to knows. If you're here, of course, on my YouTube or on my Facebook, if you would for me, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. If you're here during the live stream, drop me a comment and I got y'all. Of course, I'll respond back. If you enjoyed this, share it with a friend who could use this type of information. I don't just speak solely to women, but that is my biggest following, women. But if you hear anything on here that will help your sister out, a friend out, your circle out, or your homeboy out, Send it to them. Of course, it's how I grow, and I have been growing. Thank y'all so much for being here again. If this is your first time here, Rod Digger, thank you so much for coming. Welcome, Sis Baby. Happy New Year to you. I appreciate you for being here. You feel seen. I just started. I ain't started yet. That was just the intro. And you've been here long enough. So I actually, if you notice, I don't just hop right in with Keena's Corner, my intro. I hop in with something else and then I add my music. So you gotta go listen to the episodes, you know what I'm talking about, because they do hit a little harder like that. Ah. So again, if you've been rocking with me, you already know how we get down. If something I say on this episode, if it hits you, just sit with it, sit with it. And know that I say everything I say with love. Neck checker, heart hugger. I'm gonna check your neck, but I promise you I'm gonna give your heart a big old juicy hug right after this. So just hang in there with your girl. Now let's talk about something people do not like admitting. Some folks don't jump into relationships because they're healed. They jump into relationships because they don't know how to sit with themselves, to be alone, right? Silence make people feel uncomfortable. Some people. Silence makes some people feel uncomfortable. Stillness exposes wounds. Loneliness forces reflection. Let that marinate in your spirit just real quick. Y'all. You sitting there, you being alone will expose your wounds. We're gonna talk further. I'm gonna dive deeper into it, right? Loneliness forces reflection. When you have to sit and be alone, it's gonna force a reflection, cause you to have to look back at yourself, cause you to have to look in that mirror without you actually physically getting up and walking to the bathroom to look in the mirror. You being by yourself only will do that, right? So instead of peeling, a lot of people distract and distractions. And this on this particular episode, of course, I mean jumping from relation to relationship or from person to person. Instead of growing, they attach. Instead of asking, why does this keep happening to me? They find somebody new and they call it love. But love does not rush. Love does not panic. Love does not need to be replaced every time something ends. Come on now. If you can't be alone, it's not love that you're chasing, it's relief and sometimes even validation, of course. Let me tell you something. And I took my time with this part. I'm going to tell you something. I said this in a previous episode. It wasn't long ago at all. Your wounds have a type. Hear that. Your wounds do have a type. And when you don't heal your wounds, you're going to keep attracting that same man just in a completely different body. Y'all heard me? I'm speaking. Y'all heard me? Y'all heard me? Oh God. Listen. That was I ain't even you will unless you heal the wounds, until you heal the wounds, you gonna keep attracting the same man just in a different body. I'm talking about the one who puts his hands on you, the one who abuses you, the one who cheats excessively on you, the one who lies to you, the one who cheats on you, the one who disrespects you, the one who breadcrumbs you, the one who gives you the bare minimum. Come on now. Come on. Every time, sis, it ain't them. Every time it's just not them. You keep attracting a different physical body, but internally you keep getting the same traits in a man or the person that you swear you do not want. Your wounds have a type. Absolutely, Rodrigo. I've been single for 4 years. I wholeheartedly understand you. Best thing you could have done for yourself. Yeah, you got to sit and reflect and heal. We don't want to, but it's the best thing from going to person to person. It ain't gonna help shit. Ain't gonna help. Sometimes though, sometimes it's us. Sometimes it's you and what you refuse to heal. As I always say, sometimes it ain't everybody else. Sometimes it's not the guys that you go to. Sometimes, and a good bit of the times, it's us and the things that we refuse to heal, to sit still alone and figure out what it is about us that keep attracting the same type of man. Right? Being alone will expose them wounds, and those wounds will tell you exactly why you keep accepting that intolerable behavior. My lord. You just got to sit along and figure out what they're trying to tell you, what the wounds are trying to tell you. You ain't going to know that though if you keep hopping from person to person or relationship to relationship, or you feel like you cannot be by yourself. You don't want to sit by yourself because you're avoiding yourself. You ain't going to figure it out. Not up under a new man, you not. It may work for a little bit, but it's not going to help. Avoidance look like love until it does not. Here's a truth that actually might be a little hard to hear. Just because you feel connected does not mean it's healthy. It could be toxic as fuck. Just be honest about it. Just because it feels intense doesn't mean that it's real at all. I've been in some intense things. It still wasn't real, worth a fuck. And just because it distracts you does not mean it's love. Avoidance feels good at first. Avoidance keep you from crying. It keeps you from thinking. It keeps you from asking those hard questions that you need to be focusing on within yourself. Right? Mhm. Eventually, though, eventually, that same pattern is going to show up again. Those are facts. Facts. And then once more, you're going to be sitting there wondering why this keeps happening to you. And I'll tell you why, sis, because you skipped your healing. You skipped the healing part. Healing was skipped. Whew. I'm going to clap myself. Y'all, put put them in the chat. Hype me up. Hype me up. I'm on fire. Put me out. Listen. Oh. Okay. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Being alone is not a curse or punishment. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. That one thing I can say, and y'all heard me speak on this before, that actually, well, after I divorced, and of course, at first it hurt. Fuck all the healing shit. I'm not on it. Didn't care about it. You know, it hurts when you got to sit there by yourself and figure out why things went the way they did for you. And, eventually, though, I promise you, once you heal enough, you're going to want to sit there and, figure out what it is about me that tolerated the shit that I did. Not even like not the beginning stage where you like, why the fuck would I stay with this person this long? It ain't even that. I think that come a little later. When you sit there and you heal enough, it ain't even that you point fingers. It ain't that you trying to figure out what went wrong. It ain't you trying to figure out what could I have done differently. No, you really will sit there and be like, okay, but what was it about me? What should I have learned about me that tolerated this bullshit for that long? What is it about me that makes me want this? Every time I said I didn't want this type of man, the next time I ended up the same type of man, just in a different body. At some point, you will get there, but you have got to get to a place where you can sit alone first. I said it a long time ago before I ever got on Keena's Corner, and I was even younger then. If somebody cannot be alone at any point, you have to be under a person. You have to be in a relationship. Something is wrong. There's some wounds there. There's some healing there that somebody has never done. I ain't judging you because I've been there. I get you. That's what we do on Keena's Corner, though. We talk about the hard shit. Facts. Facts. Yeah, healing is very necessary. Hot tea straight out the press. Wait, clock it. Seriously, though. Seriously, seriously, seriously. Okay. Being alone, though, like I said, being alone is not a curse or a punishment. It's simply a mirror. It's a reflection. It shows them triggers. It shows the fears. It shows your unmet needs. It shows your patterns. All of that literally has to do with you listening to me or me. It has to do with self, is my point. Your triggers, your fears, your unmet needs, and your patterns. Some people hate mirrors. What I said, I think last episode and the episode before that. Some people hate mirrors because mirrors do not lie. They're gonna reflect the fuck back to you, whatever is there. And again, you got to think a little metaphorically right here. I ain't meaning you literally going to that mirror in the bathroom and looking in it. No, I'm seriously talking about you sitting there and you healing. Whatever you got going on in inside, if you sit there long enough, it's gonna reflect that shit back to you. You ain't gotta go get in the mirror. Don't you that ain't even no homework for you to get up and go walk. Literally, just listen to what I'm saying. Mirrors don't lie. You being alone will tell you why you stayed too long. Why do you overgive? Why you overextend? Why you overexplain? Why you go out of your way for people who won't do the same shit for you, right? Why you tolerate it so much. You just simply overdoing it. You being alone will also tell you why you ignore red flags. You being alone will also tell you why you accepted them breadcrumbs and tried to make it a whole meal or try to call it a whole meal. And you tried to make excuses for this person, knowing that they didn't give a shit about you and you did too much and you're still doing too much. Period. And that's why some people will do anything to avoid sitting alone and healing. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Now, I also said last week, I think just last week, healing gets lonely when you stop forcing connections. Healing gets lonely when you stop forcing connections. Last week it was kind of more about, just cutting people off, knowing when to let people go. But healing gets lonely when you stop forcing connections. When you stop answering them texts that drain you, them phone calls that drain you, letting people in your energy that don't never bring you up, but every time you go around, you just feel like they just drain the shit out of you. It hits different. Healing gets lonely when you stop entertaining bare minimum behavior, things that you know you deserve more than. You being breadcrumb. Healing gets lonely then. Healing gets lonely when you stop explaining your growth. Growth is quiet. It needs to be. And if you're in a season where it feels quiet, again, it don't mean that things is not nothing is happening. It often means that things are changing. Love is love. It ain't all that toxic and abnormal shit that everybody calls it, or as we hear it called or referred to these days. You gotta stop calling attachments love. Point blank. Some of y'all, you don't miss that person. You just miss a distraction. Now that's a word that shall preach. Like right now today. Some of you are not missing the person. You just missed the distraction that they were for you. You missed the routine. You missed being chosen. Choose your damn self. You missed the part where you don't have to sit with yourself and be alone. After a while, y'all, that is peaceful. It's peaceful. Getting to know you. When you sit there and get to know yourself and know your patterns and your routines and why you stayed and accepted things that you knew better than, that unhealed version of you, that or the healed version of yourself would be like, I would never tolerate this shit again. And it'll be easier for you to choose yourself and walk away and know your worth. Mm, mm, my lord. Listen, attachment is not love. Familiarity is not love. Trauma bonding damn sure ain't love. And until you learn the difference, you're gonna keep calling avoidance connection. It ain't that. Now, I worked on this part. I was excited. Y'all, I be working on these episodes. When I work on them, I be typing, working some stuff out. And I'm like, oh shit, it hit me. So here's a really good part I know I want you to hear. I'm gonna try to put my foot in it, you know. I'm gonna try. Real love can wait. Real love can wait, but your healing cannot. I need to repeat that one. Real love can wait. Your healing cannot. Let me be real clear. If somebody is meant for you, they won't require you to abandon your healing to keep them. Ooh, ooh. That was good. I mean, I told you, man. Listen, that was good. If somebody is meant for you, they won't require you to abandon your healing to keep them. Hear that part, please. Heal it. I mean, hear it, let it stick, let it marinate, let it sizzle a little bit in your spirit. Healthy love can wait. Your healing absolutely cannot. And the right person will meet you after the work. They'll meet you where you are. They won't distract you from it. Y'all caught that? Did you catch it? Did you catch it? Because I said a lot of times earlier, we call what attachments we call love. Those are just distractions. That's the part that you miss. You may not miss that person, you miss a distraction. But the right person will meet you after the work. They won't distract you from doing it. Coming in hot. Oh, I'm speaking more. Thank you, girl. So, if you're single right now, it does not mean that you're behind. It doesn't mean that you fail. It doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. It doesn't mean that nobody wants to pick you, right? It might mean that you finally choosing yourself, and that part, that ain't loneliness, baby. That's growth. Again, growth is quiet. You call it love, I just call it avoidance. And once you heal, you never confuse them two again. But you gotta heal first. You have got to heal. You gotta heal. Facts. 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 So, as I get ready to close this out, As I get ready to close out, I just want you to hear me real clear. If you walking into this year alone, into 2026 alone, that does not mean that you're lacking. It might mean that you're finally honest with yourself. And that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to get at. It means that you healed enough to stop calling distractions little. Fact. Last year around this time, around it was 2025, I had the same message, kind of. Just like some things couldn't come with you until 2025, some of these things, it still stands for 2026. Leave some of this stuff back there in 2025 where it's supposed to be. Everything can't come with you. Facts. Period. Please remember, like I said, coming into 2025, forgiveness don't mean that you gotta have people in your energy because you forgive them. Don't mean that they gotta have access to you. Facts. Healing doesn't require explanation. You ain't gotta explain shit to nobody. You healing, and just that's just that on that. If they don't like it, oh well. And choosing yourself is not selfish; it's necessary. Period. If 2025 taught you anything, let it be this: peace. Peace, period. Peace. Your peace is worth protecting. Facts. Healing is worth waiting for, and real love will never ask you to abandon yourself to keep it. My Lord. Man, listen. I done got hot like the pastor in church. Well, that may be good. I told you I was sick earlier this week. I thank y'all though for honestly for truly. I truly thank y'all for rocking with me for this long. Really, I really do. It's been 2 years now. For trusting my voice, my gift, and allowing your girl to sit in your healing space with you, right? Um, I don't try to talk at people. I talk to you. Cause y'all my family, right? Again, man, but it's been 2 years and I'm still growing. I'm still healing, still choosing better. If you stepping into 2026, man, doing the work, I am so proud of you. Y'all keep going. Cause over here, of course, on Kiddos Corner, we don't avoid healing, baby. We face it. Happy New Year, y'all. I'm done, y'all. That's my spiel. Thank y'all. Oh, I had looked at somebody text me and see you could what you say? You can stop hollering at me on this here episode. I ain't hollering since my bad babe. Yes, I choose me on the regular. As you should. As you should. It's actually, y'all, this is pretty common. Now, honestly though, well, I can't really say that, but you kind of see a lot of what I've been talking about. You see that in a lot of guys actually. Not necessarily, all the time now, because women do it too, but a lot of men, because men are according to society, men are supposed to be manly and masculine, and they ain't supposed to show emotions or something. Yep, because so a lot of times men don't actually heal what hurts them. They just literally they go on from person to person to person, thinking it's gonna help. When you get done with it, sir, you still running from yourself. So go look in the damn mirror. But a lot of guys won't do that, and women too. So a lot of people won't do that, and they're gonna just keep going around getting the same result, I guess, until they sit still and finally don't want to run and avoid it anymore. Again, you can call it love. I just call it avoidance. So what are you running from? Yes. I'm not like I said, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you long though, because it is a new year, and I appreciate y'all for even stopping by on today. You didn't have to. Again, especially to you, Raw Digger. I give a major shout out to you for real, because this is my first time seeing you here on a live stream. I appreciate you, y'all. If you have not, I don't know if you can while you're on here. Like the video. I don't know if you can, but when you get off, if you can, like the video for me, share it, make sure you comment and all that good stuff. I'm gonna get off here and edit this video for the podcast platforms. Again, if y'all want to follow me somewhere so you don't have to get on here and watch these lives, then you can literally just Google me or go to an app store and find a podcast app, because I can guarantee you I'm probably on there. If you do follow me on a podcasting app, make sure you comment on it or rate it, leave a review. Of course, if I say something that spoke to you, let me know. Share it with somebody. That's how I grow, and I'm gonna keep growing and go further up the little algorithm. So thank y'all. This is Keena's Corner, where we heal, grow, and tell the truth, even when it hurts. If this episode bless you, y'all, Please just don't listen. Make sure you tap in with your girl. My Apple Podcasters, that's the ones with the iPhones. If you use Apple Podcasts, if you would for me, make sure you rate my podcast and make sure you share it and leave a review if you so feel led. If you feel like you enjoyed it enough, please do that for me. I'm asking you to be honest and, you know, just let me know what you think. Um, until next time, y'all, stay real, be authentic, be you, be honest. God ain't using the perfect ones. I promise He wants the real ones. So stay authentic. Anybody on pod or good pods, if you're using that app, thank y'all. When you listen to the episodes, please give them a thumbs up and rate them, and just keep pushing your girl up. A lot of people actually need to hear stuff like this, and that's why I won't change who I am and how I speak, even though sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes people don't like me. Sometimes I've had people to unsubscribe from me on YouTube, but I understand my content ain't for everybody because I just speak truth. That's what I do. Not that I'm perfect, not that my life is perfect. I cry, I go through hell, I've been through hell, I still go through hell sometimes. But I know who I am and I'm not changing who I am to fit in. That's not what I do. My words are actually gonna help people and change the world one day. Don't believe me? Just watch. Mm. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to season 11, episode 8 of Keena's Corner. This is episode 108 in total. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed delivering the message. I thank y'all so much for being here, and I thank you so much for being here in my corner. I'm your girl, Keena. I'm out. I'm signing out. I love y'all. I'll talk to you next week. Happy New Year once again. I wish you nothing but peace, blessings, prosperity, abundance, and overflow. Just pray about it. Keep working. Meet God there. Or do some work, and I think God will meet you more than halfway there. So thank y'all so much. Here's to you. Here's to me. Here's to Keena Corner. I said it wrong. I don't like that. Here's to you. Here's to me. Here's to us. Here's to Keena's Corner, growing and prospering, and your girl becoming worldwide because it's coming. It's coming. I thank y'all so much, man. I wish you again a happy new year. Nothing but overflow. Before I go, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Folks are not ready for the truth, but that's all right. I'm not dumbing down what I say to keep no views or no followers. Just what it is. But thank you though for being here. Appreciate y'all. Seriously. All right, y'all. I love you. I gotta go. Mwah. Mwah. Bye.